Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here and I'm so glad to be back. Guys, I am back. I'm so happy to be back. In case you missed it, I've been down with the flu for the last week. It has been horrendous. Do not catch it. You do not want this thing. It's the plague. But I'm back and I'm feeling much, much better. Still getting my strength back. So I'm going to ease back into this thing. But do not catch it. Thank you for all the well wishes. I've seen so many of you saying you've had it and it's awful. Yeah, same. It was really, really rough. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm better now. I'm glad to be back. And I'm so glad to be here. And Happy New Year. Happy 2026. I had this whole thing planned where I was going to dress up. We're going to have a party. We could still do that. Again, just one thing at a time. We're going to ease back into this. So let's talk about some of the stuff that happened while I was away. And I have a really juicy Meghan article we're going to get into. But first, I'd like to give a couple of shout outs. I'd like to shout out my good friend who sent me these cards. How cool are these? Look at that. The geese. I love them so much. Look how sweet that is. So sweet. Thank you so much for that. I love the geese so much. Okay. So, guys, in case you missed it a while ago, I had the opportunity to sit down and interview Hannah from the Swish magazine. She has a YouTube channel. I've got it here. It is right here, the Swish Royal. So definitely check her out. I've been on her channel. She's been on mine. Well, she gave me the opportunity to write something. So, guys, I'm in her magazine. This is the autumn edition of the magazine. I'll show you how to get it if you want it. And I wanted to show you that I am in it. I'm so excited. So it's always been a dream of mine to write, and I just write something, and she let me do it. So here it is, The Power of a Princess. And it's about classical feminism as it relates to Catherine, Princess of Wales. Because if you know me at all, you know how much I love our Catherine. But look, I don't want to show it all to you. I want you to check it out if you want. But look how beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm in a magazine. I can't even believe it. So this is an article that I wrote. It's a couple pages long and it's meant the world to me. So a huge thank you to Hannah over at the Swish and everybody who put this together. This has just been a lifelong dream. I will also want to say a shout out to John Witherspoon, who facilitated the meeting of Hannah and I. Thank you, John, if you're watching. Thank you, Hannah, for the opportunity. It was such an incredible thing to be able to write. It's something I feel strongly about and something that I just really enjoyed taking the opportunity to write about. And I dedicated it to my mom and to my daughter. And it was just such a cool piece. It just means the world to me. I just can't believe I got the opportunity. So I will show you if you're interested. You can just go to the Swish and you can see where it says issues. And then in the middle there, it's that it's the autumn one there. That's the magazine. And you can get a digital copy and you can read my article if you're so inclined. Thank you again, Hannah, and the people at Swish Magazine for that. I'm not showing you all of it on purpose because if you want to read it, I want you to be able to read it. But here is a sample of it. And there's me. I can't believe I'm in a magazine. How cool is that? It is made. I mean, that was one of the highlights of 2025 is being able to write that. So this is something that means the world to me. It will be on my shelving behind me there. It really does. I just think it's the coolest. So thank you, Hannah, for that opportunity. All right. So let's talk Meghan, shall we? And yes, again, I will go back and cover some of the stuff I missed while I was out, but just easing into this, there's something that's just on my mind I really want to talk about. If you're new here, I have a background in public relations. That's what I got my degree in. That's what I did for a long time. I did customer service for a long time as well. And I also studied some psychology. So it kind of all ties together for me. And therein lies my complete fascination. And when I see her make these crazy decisions, especially in terms of PR, my radar just goes, what? So there's a big what going on that we need to look at. Okay. So I want to give a shout out to this person, Infinite Sky 55. So this person went on to Meghan's website. We're going to say a big fat allegedly. This is according to this person. They went on Meghan's website as ever and placed pretend orders. Now they said that they backed out of the orders to let them go afterwards, but they pretended to place, the maximum amount where you type 99999, and then the website will correct to tell you how much of each thing are actually in stock. So I would like to show you some of the numbers that they are alleging were in stock at the time that they did this. And I want to talk about why it is just the craziest. If this is even kind of true, I feel like this is just crazy, more crazy moves on behalf of Meghan. Let's take a look, shall we? So they're alleging that at the time that they tried to order this stuff, there are approximately 45,000 fruit spread trios. Fruit spread trio with boxes is about 137,000. Honeys boxed, 24,238. Orange marmalades, about 45,000. Flower sprinkles, 80,000 flower sprinkles, 391. You can tell that's the one she's hanging all of her everything on her, those flower sprinkles. Sage honey is 8,500. Cider mulling kit, 14,000. Toddy mulling kit, about 16,000 available. One of the candles has about 27,000. The other one is about 27,000, which is funny because I'm thinking like the first one. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the first one, her wedding one, is about 27,000. Her birthday one is about 62, almost 63,000 candles in stock. So she must have really thought people would buy her birthday candle. Peppermint tea, almost 40,000. Lemon tea, 35,000. Hibiscus tea, 37,000. Excuse me, this cough is still awful, so you're going to hear me do that sometimes. Let's see. Here's the unsold wine numbers. The Brut is listed at 68.71. Sauvignon Blanc is 46,000. 2024 Rosé, 23,000, almost 24,000 of those. Wood Crate single bottle, 1,964. So I just keep thinking about what a PR nightmare this whole thing is. Launching with, again, if this is even kind of right, with these, it's not even a launch, but anyway, launching with these inventory levels, like 44,960 box fruit spread trios, 137,465 boxed ones, plus hundreds of thousands of other items. So if you add all these up, we're at about 864,000 pieces. Isn't that wildly unrealistic for a brand new lifestyle brand? What are we doing? This just suggests severe overconfidence or piss poor planning, or both. I would say probably both. Most startups begin with small batches to test the demand, not flooding the market with products that are going to sit unsold. Clearly, it's like betting millions on something nobody's ever heard of or expressed interest in. There's things like basic market research that you would do to kind of alleviate all this waste, but not Meghan. I mean, just think about the products themselves. These are perishable products. So you're risking huge waste and huge financial loss. Is it any wonder that Archewell has essentially gone under or gone blank up, or whatever you want to say, change names, however you want to spin that. Is it any wonder? I mean, is anybody shocked? I'm not. But, typically these things like fruit spreads have a very limited shelf life, typically between 1 to 2 years unopened, and just months once it's opened and refrigerated with such enormous stock, including these perishables, like these teas and these mulling kits and things like that. Unsold items are going to expire, leading to massive waste and disposable costs. And it's not just illogical, it's just financially reckless. And hello, aren't they always preaching environmental causes? Isn't that just a giant waste? If you ask me, it sure seems like it. Wouldn't that be environmentally reckless? I think so. Wouldn't it tie up an estimated, like, I don't know, 3 to 4 million in production costs? I'll show you. Somebody came up with a number that was just over 4 million, and that's very, very conservatively estimating, like, assuming she paid almost nothing for these products. But to waste that much without a proven sales pipeline, there's just no logic there. There's no logical business model that I can think of. I don't know. It just, the numbers are reflecting a supplier rather than an actual warehouse stock. So it's got to be more of like a drop shipping, like white label situation. But again, if they're generic and they're relabeled as ever, it's trying to create the facade of abundance and abundant sales, but honestly, it's just exposing the poor execution, the initial sellouts. Then it, to me, when I hear things like this, my brain says, "Oh, obviously that was artificial." I mean, we called that, but it just screams it even louder now. Excuse me. Limiting these quantities to create hype, and now stagnant sales reveal just what a low demand there is for these products. Think about the fake scarcity that she's creating, the fake like sellouts and the celebration and stuff, and announcing more drops and stuff. And I just think it's interesting for a brand tied to Meghan's personal image. It just screams amateur. Why commit to bulk minimum orders without any evidence of repeat buyers? It just, and it doesn't have the broad appeal. So I don't, who in the world is she? I'm answering my own question, but my instinct is to say, who is she listening to? But I think therein lies the problem. I don't think she listens to anybody. I think she just, excuse me, assumes she's going to be this massive hit and does little to no research and then she ends up in situations like this. This is the worst PR strategy in history. Starting with these limited drops that sold out in hours to build buzz, but then revealing this endless stock, it just undermines everything. It makes the brand look desperate and overhyped. And if I could think of 2 words to describe Meghan, I would say that those are pretty good. Desperate and overhyped. It's humiliating for someone positioning themselves as a luxury influencer. Products end up panned as overpriced generics. I mean, with complaints about quality, you have like wickless candles and tasteless flower sprinkles. It erodes any credibility. Not she had much to start with. And then flaunting this Netflix partnership. Remember, she said Netflix was her partner about 100 million times. She's touting them as a key partner, but it just, again, this to me seems like it makes even less sense. Meaning the brand is saddled with all this unsold mountains of perishables. Why would Netflix double down? Makes the collaboration just looks like a misfire. But I'd like to keep going with the original post from St. Meghan Markle and take a look, because there are some priceless comments under this. I just wanted to point out what a disaster PR-wise this is, because I'm completely fascinated. Every time she makes a horrible decision like this, I just stay riveted. I'm just watching like, what is she thinking? She cannot have anybody advising her. You could pay them 500,000 a year, and if you're not listening, if you're going like this, it's not going to do any good. But let's take a look, shall we? So posting this on behalf of a sinner without posting privileges. Okay, so this person is just posting what happened, how it happened. Basically, the person figured out that if you type in 999999, then it shows you how many of each item they actually had in stock. So just for yucks, they tried it with High Grove. And I thought this was interesting. High Grove is showing 165 strawberry jams available. So that seems more accurate. Highgrove has a proven track record. If you told me they had much more in stock, I would believe it. They have shown where they've sold out before, and they actually, I know I've bought stuff from them. I thought it was delicious. A lot of people, have said similar, and they have a lot of good reviews. So, and it goes to charity. So I can make sense out of that. I cannot make sense out of Meghan's numbers. So I love this person's flair. It says the Jampire strikes again. I think that's great. And they're calling out that this is genius. Never would have thought of doing this. I know, right? Expect an article and any of the cheap rags that she has on speed dial clapping back and claiming it's a computer glitch in 3, 2, 1. Let's play that in the comments. Let me know. What do you think she will claim instead? Because I think so too. I think she will claim something that there was some sort of error. That's not the case. That it's sold out. It's been sold out, stuff like that. So it'll be something, some way to kiss her own, you know what. So we'll see what they say. So I've added it up, and that is 864,473 pieces of product. We'll say allegedly. Let's lowball it and say she paid wholesale cost of $5 for each thing. That is 4,322,365 in product she has purchased that are unsold. No wonder Archewell went belly up. Oh my gosh. And that, I would say, is a very, very conservative estimate, $5. I'm sure it's more than that. Woo, that's a lot of money. Goodness, that's a lot of money. No way around it. Add that to her paid PR and magazine cover, the 40/40 placements and merch, etc. She could literally set her cash on fire, and the result would have actually been better, since at least she wouldn't have a blank reputation and be oversaturated. What a moron. I can't make sense out of it either. There's just no, I've been through it all. There's just every bad decision she could make, she appears to have made. I don't know. Only because she wasn't spending her money or what she has banked in her mom's name. She's spending H's money, but she's so stupid thinking Bank of Pa will step in once H had enough and wants a divorce. Thinking that's where her settlement is coming from once it happens. Surprise Meg won't get squat from Pa. You will have to take what you didn't spend from H. Ooh, I thought that was juicy. Tell me your thoughts on that. Do you see similarly? Do you think she's just thinking that King Pa will step in when it all goes sideways? I don't know. More sideways? No wonder she needs to steal her clothing. Oh. I thought that was really funny. Woo! Fighting words. Truly the amount she paid to get interviews with those major publications, and then just thinking the potential cost for her current stock. She wasted millions last year. She teaches young women about financial literacy, guys. That will never not be funny to me. I was talking to a friend about that recently. Remember, that's the thing that she claims. She's teaching financial literacy. And I said at the time, I was like, who in the world does she think she is? Nobody's going to listen to that. But if you're going to preach something like that, okay, so I talk about how I lost 150 pounds. And the way I do that is by showing my befores and my after, to show you I know what I'm talking about. I know it can be done. I just did it slowly. It took me 2 years to do it. And I show you this and I prove it. Meghan has nothing to show or prove. She can't prove anything. She just says these things, and we're just supposed to believe them with seeing no results, nothing. Nothing shows me that she is successful. Nothing. Show me a bank account and then I might listen. She can't do it. It doesn't make any sense. We're just supposed to believe what she says, and there's just never any proof. I think she still doesn't understand that spouses are responsible for divorce settlements, not their in-laws. That's why Fergie's settlement was so low. Dun, dun, dun. Can you imagine? How does that work? So the rumblings, from what I can remember from reading, say it with me, revenge. It's hard for me to say that with this stupid lingering flu, but the rumblings I remember is that it basically, allegedly, something along the lines of Tom Bauer alleged that Harry was lying to her and overinflating his worth, and she was lying to him, overinflating her abilities, basically. They both were lying to each other, and now they both can see she can't do anything to make any money. She just pisses it away, and he can't do anything to bring in any money because, again, it's all tied in not with him, with the family. So, like it's the two idiots lying to each other, and then this happens. Oh, they're putting out that jam. Hold on, I've got, in case you missed my unboxing, my unstockings. On Christmas, I showed in Meghan's stocking this. I never say it right, but it's this. I found a mini one. I love this stuff. And they're pointing out that they are out of stock in their supermarket in Australia. As soon as comparisons were made between this company and Markle spread, there was a massive run. I think that's fantastic. I love this stuff. I've talked about it at length. Love this stuff. It's so good. I keep some in my fridge, and I had some in the stocking. And in case you missed it, go back and watch my Christmas video, because I also gave money to one of Catherine's causes on behalf of the flock. And I also gave money to St. Jude on behalf of the flock. So thank you all so much for being here and for supporting. Okay, let's keep going. Does this mean she never sold out in an hour of anything? I'm thinking probably not. But then this person had an interesting point that she could have possibly had lesser inventory the first time around and it sold out because people were curious. Maybe so. And now the curiosity is over. Everyone's going back to the more accessible, non-pretentious, trusty, always consistent. Again, however you say that, bond, however you say it, that one. But yeah, I tend to think maybe something like this. Like maybe she got a taste of it and just overcompensated. Maybe it was on the heels of telling everybody it was season 2. I don't know. I think almost all the puff pieces are paid by Archewell. The government grants they're supposed to give away, but keep 95%. I'll say make that allegedly because, again, this is somebody else's idea, but maybe every other organization they gave money to is some kind of media company. It seems that should be illegal to spend charity money on personal PR. Yeah. I could see the small inventory that Netflix purchased selling out, but if she ordered a ton of products thinking it would help make her first million, but without bothering to do realistic PR, no doubt it's all collecting dust. She's the worst business person ever. That TV show should have been her main PR. That's what I said too, for her products. But she should have, and she should have had one product showcased per episode while using the product in multiple recipes. It's hard to fathom her lack of critical thinking skills. That's exactly it. Lack of critical thinking, lack of business acumen, lack of business leadership. It's all the things she preaches. She's just showing she has less than no idea. Can you imagine? I mean, nobody runs a business like this except for Meghan, and there's a reason why. I just checked against a couple of items to see if the numbers are changing. They are moving very slowly. So I do think the numbers are actual inventory. The flower sprinkles are now showing 80,386 items. So 5 have sold since the post was made 4 to 5 hours ago. The runny spread trio, so they point out that 11 have sold in 4 to 5 hours. The hot toddy kit sold 1 in 4 to 5 hours. This is hilarious. We can track in real time how badly As If is doing. 519 candle has sold none in 4 to 5 hours. Excuse me. Here's a free jar of expired or nearly expired jar of 2 runny to be classified as jam, spread for your troubles, sis. That's funny. Oh my goodness. You have to let me know your thoughts on all this. Let me know your thoughts on the handling of this, on the lack of critical thinking, the lack of planning. Where is this stuff, do you think? Do you think it's at the Montecito? They have 17 bathrooms. Remember how many times do we hear crap like that when they bought that house and in magazines and stuff? It's so stupid. So I wonder how many of these products are sitting around in the bathrooms. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Please let me know your thoughts on all this. Again, I'm just so glad to be back and easing back into all of this. I thank you guys so much for the well wishes and the kind words. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. And as more stuff comes out, I'll be talking about it. A huge thank you to my Patreon group. Thank you for understanding and being so kind while I was away. I have stuff coming up there to make up for the time missed. I appreciate it. And I will get the names updated and added to the end of these videos once again. My voice is going, so I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being so supportive. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Definitely do check out the Swish magazine if you're interested. It's this one from the autumn edition that I wrote about Princess Catherine in there. And thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to read your thoughts on this. Let me know how your new year was. Let me know if you've had the plague as well. It is definitely going around. Stay healthy. Look out and wash your hands. Don't go out if you're sick. I've been home for a week in bed. So that's where I'm headed back to now. But I'll be resurfacing again very soon. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi. Oh gosh, my throat is killing me. You can hear my voice is going again. Hold on. Okay, I'm here. We got this. Oh, how stupid is this? I'm just stuck on how stupid this is. Like a friend of mine was telling me about it. I was like, I can't. It's hard for me to say I can't believe that on anything that they do, but this is so stupid. I find myself in shock. And it's hard for me to say that because it's hard for me to get shocked by anything they do anymore, but this is so idiotic. Anyway, I got to end this because I'm losing my voice. Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Reminder that I do have my Amazon links. I'll try to post that in the comments. I've been trying to pin it in the comments. If you're interested, even if you don't end up ordering from there, just clicking the links helps. I appreciate it very much. Check those out if you're interested. It shows you everything from like stuff I use in my hair to my makeup and everything in between. So check that out. And thank you guys. Even my studio equipment, my little goose is in there. So check that out if you're interested. And again, thank you so much, friend, for my cards. I love them so much. And I hope you guys have the best day. I'm so glad to be back. I've missed you all so much. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Patreon, it's coming. The names at the end are coming. The updates are coming. Thank you for being patient. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.